Welcome back to your nightmares, my children. This is Mr. Midnight speaking. I welcome you all to my humble abode. Today we will explore the darkest corners of human history and the most chilling tales of terror. We're going to delve into one of the most infamous experiments ever conducted, known as the Russian sleep experiment. Let's begin, but before we do, make sure you like and subscribe, because if you do not, I will haunt your very dreams. So now buckle up, and always remember, the darkness always follows. I will now leave you with my narrator, so enjoy.
It all started in the depths of the Cold War, when the Soviet Union was desperate to gain an edge in the arms race. They assembled a team of scientists to experiment with a new kind of sleep deprivation technique. The idea was simple: keep 5 subjects awake for 30 days straight, using an experimental gas that would inhibit their need for sleep. The scientists believed that by keeping the subjects awake, they could unlock the secrets of the human mind and develop new techniques for interrogation and mind control. What followed was a descent into madness and horror that defies explanation. The subjects soon began to suffer from extreme paranoia, hallucinations, and violent outbursts. They would whisper to themselves and stare off into space, as if they were seeing something that wasn't there. As the days wore on, the subjects became more and more erratic. They would scream and shout, clawing at their skin and pulling out their hair. The scientists watched in horror as the subjects tore at their own flesh, whispered to themselves, and screamed in terror. The scientists monitoring the experiment could not believe what they were seeing. They had expected some side effects from the gas, but they had never imagined anything like this. As the days turned into weeks, the scientists grew more and more concerned about the subject's mental and physical state. After 15 days, the researchers decided to release a small amount of the gas into the chamber to see how the subjects would react. What they witnessed was beyond their wildest nightmares. One of the subjects began to transform, growing hair all over their body, their eyes turning blood red, and their teeth becoming razor sharp. The others soon followed, and the scientists realized they had created something far beyond their control. The subjects broke out of their restraints and began attacking the researchers, tearing them apart with their bare hands. The screams echoed through the halls of the laboratory as the subjects continued their rampage. In the end, only one subject survived. Their body twisted and deformed beyond recognition. The experiment was quickly covered up by the Soviet government, and the surviving subject was whisked away to a secret facility. To this day, the true nature of the Russian sleep experiment remains a mystery. Was it a cautionary tale about the dangers of tampering with the human mind? Or was it something far more sinister? A glimpse into a world beyond our understanding? Some people believe that the experiment was not just about sleep deprivation, but was actually a cover-up for something even more sinister. There are rumors that the Soviet government was experimenting with biological weapons or trying to create a new breed of super soldiers. Whatever the truth may be, the Russian sleep experiment has become one of the most terrifying stories in modern history. It serves as a warning of the dangers of unchecked scientific curiosity and the consequences of playing God with the human mind. Some experiments argue that the Russian sleep experiment was not even real, and that it was simply a creepypasta story that gained notoriety on the internet. Others maintain that the experiment was all too real, and that the horrors it unleashed are still with us today. Regardless of whether the Russian sleep experiment was real or not, it has captured the imagination of horror fans and conspiracy theorists alike. It has been the subject of numerous movies, books, and TV shows, and has even inspired a new genre of horror, which is obviously known now as creepypasta. For many fans, the Russian sleep experiment is more than just a scary story. It's a cautionary tale about the dangers of science and the need to tread carefully when exploring the unknown. So what do you all guys think? Do you think this experiment actually took place? Maybe not the part where the human turns into a monster, but maybe the general experiment where the humans were deprived of sleep. Do you think this happened or not? Because there is an experiment that the CIA did conduct with regards to mind control, which I will be making a video on later on. But do you think this Russian sleep experiment was real or fake? Maybe the results are exaggerated, however maybe it worked, but to cover up, it was made into a creepypasta whereby the subjects turn into monsters, to give it a more unbelievable take on the story, I guess. But what do you guys all think? Comment down below if you think this was real, this actually happened, or it didn't and it's just a creepypasta story. I want to know your thoughts.
Well, my children, I thank you all for listening. I hope this creepypasta, or maybe it's not a creepypasta, frightened you and made you realize about the dark history of humans and their dangerous and scary experiments that involve finding ways to control the human mind. I'll see you very soon. So until then, love the darkness as it always and always will follow.